Hello, my lovely, welcome. It's a pleasure coming your way. Today, I'm taking you through how to make this delicious delicacy, loved by many Ghanaians, and also how you can make the perfect plantain fufu, even without cassava. But before we jump into the video, if today is your first time stopping by, hello, please make sure to subscribe with your notification bell on to receive all future uploads. I have already parboiled the stripe. I also have some cow foot here, okay? And I boiled it with the garden eggs. So I'll just go ahead and pour them in. Boiling this partially ensures that it is at the same tenderness with the rest of the meat. So I'll now go in with my thoroughly washed meat. To season, this is half of a large red onion with some fresh rosemary, ginger, and garlic, and I'll leave one piece of the ginger aside for later, and I'll go ahead and blend the remaining and pour it over the meat. The fresh rosemary and the aromatics are going to create a wonderful base for the soup, okay? And on top of that, I'm adding some beef seasoning powder with some salt, and also I'm going to add in some tomato puree and cover it to cook. This is about 8 minutes later. I'm coming back to just give it a quick stir, just so that the tomato puree can spread evenly and cook accordingly. We are going to make sure that the base of our soup tastes very nice and it thickens nicely before we add liquid to it. Okay, so in the meantime, I've just gone ahead to wash my fresh tomatoes to go with one medium-sized onion and some scotch bonnet. Okay, so back here the soup is doing just fine. Look, it is getting there, it is getting quite thick, and the flavors are just awesome. We are going to let these sit on top to cook, whilst at the same time allowing the meat to continue steaming nicely. Remember that ginger that we set aside. Now I'm going to crush it and grind it into a nice paste, and it will be introduced at a later stage. Okay, my lovely, so now I've come back and the vegetables are all nicely steamed, and I'll just give them away for blending. You can also boil these vegetables separately if you don't want to add it to your soup, but this is quite simple and straightforward. And I'm going to go ahead and add our boiled garden eggs to this as well and blend it. This is now perfect for anything else to be added on. If you were to bite into one of the meat right now, it is full on flavors, so as there's stock around it. So now is the perfect time for me to add the vegetables that we just blended and add enough water to the soup and cover it to cook. You can be as original as you want from here. If you want your soup very light, then you would need to add a bit more water to it to make it nice and light. And likewise, if you want it on the thicker side, then consider adding not too much water, just so you get your perfect consistency. After everything has been strained, I'm going in there to give it a good stir so that there be a thick gravy no stock no akoshishe and now it gets released into the soup as well. Right before I started cooking, I grilled this mackerel or salmon. I seasoned it with my favorite fish seasoning and popped it in the oven, and now it is ready. So I'm going to go ahead and snap them into two each, ready to go with the soup. Okay, in addition, I also have some dry fish here which has been thoroughly washed as well, and it is now ready to all go in and add on to the flavors. The soup has been boiling for about 12 minutes, so it is perfect time for me to add the dry fish, the grilled mackerel together with the smoked fish or ajene with this fresh meat. It's just going to create one pot of deliciousness. Yes, so I'll now strain the ginger that we grinded earlier on and give it a gentle stir. And I'm going to take you through how you can make the perfect fufu even without cassava and still comes out very nice. However, if you are not fan of ginger, you can leave it out. But if you are a lover of spice, you can even add chilies as well to go with this at this stage for more flavor and definitely for more kick. This is one of the ways that you can achieve the perfect no pound plantain fufu without cassava. Just add 1 large spoonful of regular powdered fufu to go with 2 plantains and then blend it nice and smooth, and this is the thickness that I'm going for. Okay, if you want your fufu quite soft, you may consider adding a little bit more water and cover it and then pop it in the microwave for about 6 minutes or cook on your cooker if you prefer. And this is what we have here, perfect no pound fufu without any cassava, and it still came out good. The soup is ready and the aroma in my kitchen is just divine. So go ahead and serve it, and I'm serving it in our local asanka. A friend of mine once told me that fufu tastes so much better when eaten from asanka. Yes, so that's what we are doing. Entimenko, let's serve it together. Thank you so much for watching until the end. I do hope you subscribe, like this video if you found it useful, and then I'll see you in my next video. But until then, my lovely, take care and stay blessed. Bye bye.